is a really special place for both staff and patients. It's a place we're dedicated to helping patients achieve their best possible outcomes.
We have over 20 different fields represented in the Center for Autism. And so when we have that kind of diversity of expertise, we are able to provide not only diagnostic services, but also a very wide range of intervention services.
Also, what we have at Kennedy Krieger is this amazing continuum, which utilizes the team in different ways to meet a child's needs throughout their rehabilitation course.
Jade and Erin were born conjoined in 2004, and during the separation surgery, Erin had a stroke to her spinal cord. She was paralyzed from mid-chest down. I went through almost like a mourning period where my dreams for her had to change, and I wasn't sure where she would end up, like what she would be able to do and not do.
They were told that Erin would never walk again, and they weren't satisfied with that answer. So they came to the Spinal Cord Injury Center at Kennedy Krieger looking for a different option. When Erin first came to us, she used a device called the parapodium, which is a frame with a swivel base that she was strapped to and sort of used her shoulders to wiggle and move her legs. We did a lot of games with her. We put stickers all over her legs. We had her match up puzzle pieces that were attached to her knees. We had her play games in a crawling position and used her sisters a lot to help her be motivated.
Before we came to Kennedy Krieger, doctors had given her limits, and physical therapists had said basically she wouldn't have any recovery. And coming here, there were no limits set, and that just gave me so much hope.
Erin's able to walk in braces now, about 120 feet, without assistance. She's able to take care of all of her self-care needs. She's independent in every way that matters. And she goes to school all day by herself with her dog.
Erin has gained so much confidence just from coming here, and I believe with the therapies they have and with technology, advancing every day, she is going to walk someday.
Matthew met all of his developmental milestones, but because he wasn't speaking, and the developmental pediatrician suggested that we bring him to Kennedy Krieger.
Matthew came to us when he was about 2, and we diagnosed him with an autism spectrum disorder. Matthew, I would say, was severely challenged.
We were in the doctor's office, and it was a room full of toys, and Matthew did not interact with the toys at all. He basically was looking out the window. So he was very disjointed and not necessarily engaging with anything or anyone that was in the room.
This is a child who didn't really know what objects were for, how to play, how to communicate with other people, and really didn't understand what other people were trying to communicate to him.
Working with Dr. Landa was just awesome. She taught us things that we needed to do with Matthew to increase communication. We were in the Early Achievements program. We had occupational therapy, speech therapy. He learned his rules and routines and how to just go about his day.
So basically what we do is we take the latest science and what we learn from our patients, and we integrate that to form new theories about what autism is, what causes it, how you diagnose it, how you treat it, how you detect it early in life, all of those things.
I got to sit in on parent training classes. That taught me how to be an advocate for Matthew. So for us, it really gave us a strong, solid foundation for where he is today.
And so Matthew now is able to communicate. He uses an augmentative communication system. That means he's pretty much nonverbal, but through these electronic devices, let's say like an iPad, he's able to communicate his needs and wants.
We really saw Matthew blossom at Kennedy Krieger. Every day through the work started at Kennedy Krieger, we see the increase in skills, and we'll always know and believe that one day he will be able to talk.
We first noticed that there was some changes with Ben. There had been a couple of instances at school and at home where he'd hit his head, and we thought that he'd suffered from concussions.
Meg and I decided we needed to get an MRI as soon as possible, and that's when they discovered that he had a brain tumor. Telling Ben that he had cancer was probably the hardest day. The look on his face I'll never forget.
His issues were more motor and vision. So he had trouble doing things quickly that involved writing or things with his hands and his vision. But from a cognitive standpoint, he looked amazingly good after the 2 brain surgeries.
The team of specialists and therapists are unlike anything I've ever seen anywhere. Regardless of them being knowledgeable about their craft and what they do, they're just so caring, and they created such a safe and wonderful and supportive environment for Ben. It's just an amazing place.
Our inpatient rehab program, children get occupational therapy, physical therapy, speech therapy, therapeutic rec, psychology. We focus on the whole child, not only the physical, but the emotional and the cognitive. And we have team members also focusing on the parents, making sure they're coping and they have the education that they need about the child's illness.
So Ben today is, he's doing great through this whole process and through this whole journey. He has had an amazing spirit. He's been happy, he's been positive, he's just been amazing.
When we brought Ben to Kennedy Krieger, he was a very sick boy. And through all of the therapies and all of the staff and all of everyone at Kennedy Krieger, we got to see our boy again.
The work that we do at the Spinal Cord Injury Center and all of Kennedy Krieger would not be possible without the generosity of donors like you.
I just want to say thank you to everyone who has chosen to donate and for those that are considering it, because Kennedy Krieger has really made a huge impact on my family and so many families like mine. So thank you so much.
I'm thankful for everyone that is donating. With your help, I've come a long way and now I'm able to walk.
Thank you so much. Without your support and donations, Matthew and our family would not be where we are today. So we, again, thank you for all of the families that we know you'll help in the future.
Thank you so much to all of our donors. I'm incredibly grateful for what you have given us so that we can in turn help so many children.
Thank you for donating. Without your help, we couldn't make a difference in the lives of kids like Ben and help all the kids get better. Thank you.
Thank you to everyone who donates to Kennedy Krieger.